Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. The last time I had a long conversation with Dr. Swamy, one of the things that we covered was cricket. Anytime I tweet about it, I get a lot of nasty feedback saying this guy, here goes another conspiracy theorist who thinks that nothing is right with cricket and so on and so forth. That's okay. That's my comment, and people are free to. This is a free country. Dr. Swamy, some interesting developments have been happening in cricket. I mean, the COA along with two other people has been administering it, and then Ramachandra Goa came in and then he went out. But there is still a feeling of unease in the sense of how it is being run. Like for instance, I'm hearing that some state associations have not been compensated for the past few years. And yet they are showing up for Ranji Trophy games, Duleep Trophy games, all the other things, representing the country. But if they can't have the money to practice, so have you had some feedback about this?
No, I was in the Supreme Court on this case because what happened is cricket became a mass sport.
Yes.
Only thanks to India. And the Britishers were dominating the boards and things like that. And so they were getting all the money. N Srinivasan emerged out of the shadows, and he built a huge, for the IPL, he built the Chennai Super Kings, which were kept on becoming champions. Right. And he was a very upright guy, very tough guy. And so there were two problems. Once the British didn't like it at all, because he became chairman of the ICC.
Right.
You see, in no time. And he had an easy answer. You guys don't confirm, I will form a parallel ICC. And India will be there, where will you be? Then they will collapse, all the money that they're getting. Right. So they were yielding to him. But they were not very happy with the matter. So what happened is that, so he had to be got rid of. So they contrived it. And the man who was the biggest beneficiary in case Srinivasan goes was Lalit Modi. And he was a smart guy, but he was a crook. All crooks are smart anyway, till they get caught. The law of karma catches up with them. Right. So he and others created a bogus credit company in Bihar. And they filed a PIL. And in those days, you see, the UPA was in power, so, who will get what files in the bench and so on, everything was... But they had a good, tough judge, the Chief Justice. So it all backfired for all these people. And Lalit Modi had to run away and all that. But the Srinivasan, being from Tamil Nadu, had no backers in the media and all that in North. And they character assassinated him. So then when I came into the picture, so because of my coming into the picture, I think they ultimately could not prosecute him. So they prosecuted his son.
Son-in-law.
Or son-in-law, excuse me, son-in-law. Yeah. Who was a Chettiar.
Right.
And he was foolish. They said he was betting. He was betting, but he was losing money. So there was no insider information. Betting is not a crime unless there's an insider information. But still they said no, for life, banned for life. And I thought he being a son-in-law, he should have been more considerate of his father's position instead of pushing him to do things for him. And so they said this nepotism, this, that. I mean, now Srinivasan, it's all in the band, everything is over, and Chennai Super King has come back, has become champion again. The real question is that the Supreme Court then decided to appoint a Oversight Committee of bureaucrats.
Vinod Rai being the chairman.
And then they started putting conditions, you can't be over 70, that means Sharad Pawar can't be. And Sharad Pawar's life depends on this because all the money it's a great place for money laundering.
Well, you haven't really talked about Sharad Pawar. We have been busy chasing some other people.
Yeah.
Please continue.
I mean, see, if a person is poisonous to the system, then he gets first priority. Sharad Pawar is a man who doesn't mess around with other people.
Live and let live.
Uh-huh.
Eat and let eat. Maybe.
No, not live and let live. I mean, if you compete with him, then of course he is brutal. But if you're someone who doesn't get, unless you provoke him, it doesn't, like me, I mean, he doesn't ever get say anything which will make me angry and say, all right, I'll see who you are, that sort of thing. So, anyway, but the Sharad Pawar, money laundering, Bombay, Dawood, all these things somewhere come and become part of the system. But so what Srinivasan had done is slowly the center of gravity was going to Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu,
In fact, the registration of the office changed to Chennai. He had it changed to Chennai.
I know. And Tamilians, they don't know, I mean, they are so jealous of each other that they would prefer that somebody from Zulu land come here and be chairman, but not a Tamilian.
As we saw in the case of Karunanidhi not allowing Mupana to become the
Prime
Minister.
That's right.
Devagowda became the Prime Minister.
That's right. That sort of thing. I mean, it's the Tamilians, the British have completely ruined our mindset. So the Bombay crowd was very upset that this man has moved it all to. And the Dubai gang, they too, because they are all there, they are all from Bombay.
Right.
Dawood is from Bombay,
Right.
the Marathi. And they were very upset that they lost their leverage. So they targeted and pushed him out. Since then, the quality of the cricket has got such a glamorous position, so lots of young people are coming, a really talented team. But the way they treat honest cricketers pains me. Look at the way they've treated this Dhoni.
Yes.
Now, Sehwag may have his minus points in terms of losing his head on his part. He was the most brilliant innovator in cricket.
Absolutely.
His guys, twice he scored 300.
Yes.
You were bashed. Everybody says Sehwag gets going, that's it, the game is over.
Correct.
And they ran a campaign against him and finally destroyed him. So that is what is going on just now in Delhi. It's like me coming as a professor and then they don't let me teach.
Right. Well, see, what pains me is this recent selection of a coach was a total farce in the sense the outgoing coach is Ravi Shastri, and then Virat Kohli says, "Oh, I would like him to continue," and then the person who's responsible for selecting also says, "Well, we think if he wants to continue, he should continue." Then why make the farce of asking people to apply? Why are you wasting everybody's time? You could have as well just gone and done this. So I wonder, maybe Dhoni is now close to retirement. He's already retired in Tests and ODIs. He may be also retiring in T20. But there are many other people who have come through the ranks, and I have a feeling that they are now beginning to see this. There's a system that is set up.
No. See, there was no doubt that Tendulkar was a great player. But in my opinion, far superior player was Lakshman. He was like Ekalvya. Thumbo was taken away. Thumbo was taken away. And he came in at a late stage after losing many years.
Yes.
Even then he performed brilliantly.
Yes. That 281 was a class for the ages.
So, Sehwag, Lakshman, so many. Some were, encouraged to go into bad habits and destroyed. There was one left-handed
Kambli.
Top. I mean, he had huge potential, and then he got involved with women and drugs and bomb. So these are the ailments, but they are all amendable. They are all rectifiable.
Right.
So I think this sheer mass support for cricket and the availability of talent makes it clear that it requires only, it's like India no more being under the British and suddenly, and then gives up all these socialist bakwas.
Right.
It suddenly starts booming.
Correct.
The potential is there.
Right.
So I am not worried about cricket.
So in terms of the BCCI constitution of members and all
Yeah.
these things,
Yeah.
I mean, what is your take on politicians being on their boards? Somehow there seems to be
Oh, and I argued that no politician should be allowed.
okay. I have a problem with it. Let the cricketers administer their own
Yeah, but
sport.
politicians use it to launder their money.
Hmm.
So that's why they are politicians. Look at Sunanda, why did she die?
Right.
Because she was going to expose politicians.
Hmm.
And so she had to be killed.
Well, that's another one again, thanks to Dr. Swamy, it's going to see the light of the day. And I mean, the country owes you.
No, country doesn't know me, it's all God.
Dr. Swamy is pointing to all the gods here, Rama, Sri Rama, Shiva,
yeah.
Lakshmi, and
Tirupati,
Balaji, Hanuman, and so it's an impressive set of pictures you have here, Dr. Swamy.
There also.
And there is Saraswati too. Dr. Swamy, you just turned 80, and I hope to come back here 20 years time, and when you are 100, and I'll be a few more years older, and we'll have a chat again about what's happening.
Most
at
people
that
think
time.
I'm faking my age.
Well, if you have,
Don't
you're
look at
overstating your age then. You're
That's right. That's what they say. I said, what do I get out of it?
Well, no, you don't look a day over 50, sir, and I'm not exaggerating. And so thank you very much, Dr. Swamy,
fine.
and we'll be back for more.
Okay.